Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. We're fading out. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Rabble, 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 rabble. What are they saying? It's just a general rabble. You guys ready?
No, I needed to let that huge
Are we
yawn
still
out
rolling?
so bad. Oh, God.
Woo, woo. Yes, we are. Oh, crap.
So exciting, the audience is stopping to so delighting, it will run for 50 years. The sitar play a secret song, helps them flee the evil one. Though the tyrant rant and rails, it is all to no avail.
You will not escape!
Oh, Harold, no one could play him like you could.
No one's going to.
So exciting!
Hi, welcome to an episode of Film Speak. This is our third episode back after almost a year gone. This is going to be a very special episode because I'm having my kids on today. Well, okay, Clarissa is my child, my spawn, and head of my makeup department. And then Ashbaugh, he's kind of like my adopted kid. He showed up around 10 years ago and just kind of never left. My son Sid, we would have had him on the show, but he had to actually be a working man today. So today we're going to sit around, talk about what we've been doing in film over the past year. And then after that, we're going to discuss the musical Moulin Rogue, one of my daughter and mine favorite movies. We forced Ashbaugh to watch it. And it ought to be quite exciting. So stick around and we'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm so glad you made it. The show's about to start. Everyone says it's to die for. Come on.
Sloppy Joe's, my special recipe.
You're not like some crazy wackadoodle, are you?
Bury me in the cemetery. I want people to dance on my grave. Not alone, I'll strip to the bones. And in the moonlight misbehave. Happy dead people laying in line. Happy dead people have a lot of time to think about the many things that happiness in death brings.
That's what I like best. Finding buried tales.
I missed a phone call from you there, camera woman.
Yeah, earlier.
Okay. Welcome to Film Speak. I'm sitting here with my two guests, taking selfies. Hold on. Look, it's me taking a picture of the camera, taking a picture of me.
You're such a dork.
I am such a dork. I'm doing this, and it's actually part of my TV show. Hi, welcome to Film Speak. I'm sitting here with my two guests, my lovely daughter, Clarissa,
Which
makeup
camera?
artist.
Which camera are we on?
Which camera are we on? The one with the red light above it. See it right there?
Great.
Okay. Completely lost my... Who are you again?
Lovely daughter.
Lovely daughter, Clarissa. Makeup artist, actress, sometimes camera person. Just about anything Daddy says, hey, sweetheart, could you go do this for me? And this is another one of my kids, my adopted Ryan Ashbaugh, musician extraordinaire, now actor. He kind of got, shall we say, coaxed, forced?
Yeah, or Shanghaied, or
Shanghai.
thrown into.
I like that word,
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Also, sound guy.
Yeah.
You are more frequently if you're.
Yeah, the fabulous world of sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's not playing his instrument, he's usually like this.
Yeah, working on my toning my muscles.
If you want to be in film and you want to be a sound guy, get lots of practice. Just if you can stand like this for 10 hours, you too can be a sound guy.
It's either like this or like that. Or
The scoop.
oh yeah.
Or
all kinds.
or you get the master rest on the across the elbow, across the shoulders there.
Right. Yeah.
So these are from my household, but also two of my biggest worker bees, I would say, in the filmmaking world. Yeah. So I had to have them on a show. You got to show appreciation and love for the people who show you appreciation and love.
The grunts.
The grunts.
Yes.
Yes. The soldiers in the trenches.
Yes.
Now, Clarissa, what are some of the challenges that you find when doing makeup for film?
I don't know. I'm pretty good at it, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really think of any challenges.
Well, we just did the movie, the short, which we're going to have the director on, Evie Warner.
Yes.
She's going to be on maybe next month. She brought you on to do makeup.
I guess a struggle with that in particular is filming outside and it was raining, so cramming all of my makeup and doing it in the backseat of a car.
Yeah, the car turned into
the car had to be a makeup studio because it was raining, and there's really no option. So that, I guess, is a struggle with being a makeup artist. Any conditions, you've got to figure out how to do makeup.
You do.
But I don't know. I guess working with different face shapes and figuring out how people's faces have to be done to look right, because not everybody looks the same, sadly.
Yeah. I'm also wondering about maybe, the lighting, if you're doing, if you initially start the makeup and, the lighting's different, and then obviously you have to change shots and stuff.
Yeah, different lightings. Mostly natural lighting will, like if you do your makeup under natural lighting, it will look good under pretty much any lighting, but that's probably the most important thing. The natural lighting is important.
See, I like natural lighting and long shadows. I think
It
a lot
helps.
of times.
It helps.
I think sometimes directors overlight, or not directors necessarily, but
gaffers.
Life has shadows.
Life has shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think using shadows and thinking about that in your lighting adds more depth and personality to a scene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You think of it like a Bob Ross painting, how he's always talking about, oh, your lights, if you don't have any darks with your lights, it doesn't do any good, or, you gotta have light with dark, otherwise there's no contrast. It's all washed out.
Which would be the same thing with makeup.
Right, you do have to do depth and highlighting high points in the face and contouring dark points in the face to have the shadows and the lighting.
Or
people's faces.
People's faces would just be expressionless.
Right, and people would just look like they have no depth in their face, which is not right.
Yeah.
Which is not how people look.
Now, what have you been thinking about getting into acting as you have been more lately?
I Have I? I don't know.
You hopped on camera for, well, how did Ryan put it earlier? You were Shanghaied
Yep.
to be an actress in it?
I mean, it's fun. I don't like to see myself in it, really. I cannot watch that. Don't like that. But I do enjoy acting.
That's excellent. How about you, Ryan?
How do I feel about acting? Oh, well, I don't know, because when I was a kid, I was always mimicking what I saw on TV, or, you know, making people laugh and, you know, being a ham. So I guess to me, it's like just being somebody else for a little bit of time, which is, yeah, a lot of fun. You know, I don't want to like minimize what people do because, you know, they put a lot into it, and, you know, when they feel what they're doing, even though it isn't real, it's, you know, it becomes real when they, you know, they imagine themselves to be that person and put themselves in that person's shoes. And that, to me, acting, I don't know, it's been fun, even if it's, you know, even if it's not funny or it's, you know, it's serious, it's still enjoyable.
You know, I love acting. I love interpreting a character, whether it's for comedy, drama, you know, I will put everything into it. And I know the process of acting and what people go through to it, but I'm still 50-50, you know, because there's on one hand, I understand all that, you know. On the other hand, you pontificate about the process and the craft and your deep meaning behind your acting, I swear I'm going to choke the living fucking shit out of you, you pretentious son of a bitch!
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, it's only 50-50.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's, you know, at the same, yeah, you don't want to take it too seriously. It's like, you know, and method acting is cool, and I get it, and that's important. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, for people to get carried away with that, it's just annoying.
Well, because I consider myself more of a method actor. You know, I find a piece of me that's real with the character, and then that's what I bring to the surface. You know, whatever pain and pathos, you know, or whatever else may lie there.
Yeah, you have to try and associate yourself with that, or
exactly,
or
on
some level.
And I've known some actors who are just the opposite. They completely build a character from ground zero.
Yeah.
You know, there is no...
I think that's what's easier for me.
That's easier for you?
I think so.
It's about finding what's comfortable for you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But acting is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, pretentious people too full of themselves, though, can make it a pain in the ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, we talk about, because we're going to be... watch this segue. Are you ready? Now, we talk about music in film because, you know, we're going to be talking about a musical. You do a lot of my scoring for me.
Yes.
I mean, I've had other people. Mark Christopher's done scoring for me.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Ashley Stacy.
Ryan Ashbaugh featuring me.
Yeah, Clarissa helped out.
Yeah.
Sid has helped out
and
done some music. And actually, you and Sid are working on the theme song for the show.
Yeah.
Which is going to be pretty
awesome.
cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I gotta talk to him about that tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about stuff. I've had to like get an idea. What
you know.
Because usually all you have to do is throw a couple words at me, and I'm like, okay, that's
Well, you know, maybe I need to do what I usually do and show you some samples of music that give you
a feel.
idea.
It's like when I want to feel a certain way, or if I want to get into a certain mood, I'll watch certain movies, or I'll listen to certain music.
Well, like with Will to Live, there's a segment with the training scene, and I came to you and I was trying to describe the kind of song that I wanted.
What did you say? It was like the intro to Boondocks.
Intro to Shuffle Off to Boston.
Yes, Shuffle Off to Boston.
Shipping off to Boston. Yeah. The Dropkick Murphys.
Right.
And played that for you, and I was like, I want this, but not this. Something like this, kind of close, but not really.
Yeah.
And you gave me what I wanted. Or that one time
the
when
scoring
you made
you did is so good for Will
It's like,
to
you
Live.
know, it's like you just need a direction to to look in, and then you can head it.
Or how about the music that you did? What was that? Was that the murder short?
Oh, the mime that we did, or the
the mime theme.
With
right? The slasher
the
theme.
skipping and
yeah,
the,
and you did it, and you're like, I'm not happy, and I was like, it's just what I wanted.
yeah.
Because he didn't realize that I was going to take it, and I sped up one part, and I slowed down another part, and completely changed what he did and made it what I wanted.
That's the other nice thing is, yeah, I'm usually not happy with what I do, but either you or Rusty can get a hold of it and make it into something that is good.
Rusty and I are a pretty good editing team.
Yeah.
You know, sound editing, video editing.
Yeah, good enough
him
to
and I
make
knock
him
it out
sound
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah,
Pretty well.
Eh.
Clarissa got it.
We know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I don't. I'm
We
sorry.
speak American.
Improper.
So today, is there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about that you've been up to lately? We've had some exciting things going on.
Why are you both looking at me?
Because you're the prettiest one in the room.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah, nothing to add.
I can offer you nothing. I'm sorry.
I have absolutely no response to that.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands right now.
Sometimes when I'm nervous, I like to put my hands under my pits, and then I smell them like this. Superstar!
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
It is. You know, its rating on Rotten Tomatoes is like a 4 or a 3 or something.
Well, that just goes to show you
Yes, I
can't
do.
trust people's judgment sometimes.
It's true. I do adore that
Superstar has my favorite portrayal of our Lord Jesus Christ in it.
Yeah.
Done by Will Ferrell.
One of my favorite Will Ferrell roles, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
After Elf.
After Elf.
I love Elf.
I just the image of him at Christ dancing to na 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 Spirit in the Sky. I took a minute to get there. But yeah, just to him, hey, this song's about me.
Yeah. God.
That movie's.
That's one of his
too
first
good.
movie roles, too.
I know. It's too good. It is too good.
It just goes to show you a lot of times everybody does their best stuff in the beginning.
Right. Yeah, when they're fresh.
Yeah.
Not to say that, I feel like it's just because everybody's used to him.
Yeah.
You know?
He does do a lot of the same, roles
Did you guys
nowadays.
see Stranger Than Fiction?
I don't think so.
Was the movie about him, the author who writes
Emma
the stories
Emma
that come
Thompson?
true?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be funny.
Was it the one
was not
serious
funny.
one he
And
did?
that touched my
Was it like
soul.
the one serious one he did?
Kind of.
I read about it, I think.
Yeah, it
well,
wasn't-
was there a garage sale? Was he a drunk?
There was a drunk one where he was. But
That's a different one?
that was a different one.
Because they advertised that like it was a comedy.
And it was not a comedy.
It was not a comedy.
It was
very
dark,
heartfelt.
serious.
And when she realizes that what she's doing, and she's like, oh my
It
God.
affects somebody's life and everything. Not just that, but him realizing that his life had been nothing, and then having somebody narrating that his life had been nothing.
It was,
just an interesting movie. See, Stranger Than Fiction, just, if you're a Will Ferrell person, maybe you should watch it. It's like Punch Drunk Love for me.
I love Punch Drunk Love.
Love Punch Drunk Love. That is my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
Me too, because he's a different character.
If you talk to Adam Sandler fans, though,
They all hate it.
they all hate it.
Yeah, because he's not the only character he plays in everything else. So.
It's one of like one of 5 movies that he acts in.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it like that one he did with Don Cheadle about him? He lost his wife and child, and he's going through depression, and he's suicidal, and he runs into his college buddy, Don Cheadle. That was a really great role for him, too.
Yeah.
But for the most part...
He's
he's wasted on his other...
Though I did watch that Western on Netflix.
I haven't seen that yet. The Ridiculous Six?
The Ridiculous Six.
Is that what it's called?
What I will say about it is not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But not good either?
There are worse ways you could spend 2 hours. Highlander 2 would be a worse way to spend 2 hours. Showgirls would be a worse way to spend 2 hours.
God.
Half of the other Adam Sandler movies would probably be a worse way to spend 2 hours.
Or more like a day or two. Like, watch them all. Oh, that could torture somebody.
That could torture somebody. But I've watched Punch Drunk Love over and over and
Me
over again.
too.
I tell you, this is just such what a weepy, freaking just movie dork I am, because I get all teary-eyed and stuff when he goes and confronts Philip Seymour Hoffman. Just drives all the way to another state to walk into that guy's shop. Bam! Bam! I have love in my life. You can't hurt me anymore. Bam! Bam!
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a great moment.
I agree.
Okay, and when you talk about film shots, because it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and anybody who knows me, there are rare directors who use a camera like Paul Thomas Anderson. You want fucking film school, okay? Go watch every Coen brother movie, every Hitchcock movie, every Paul Thomas Anderson movie, okay? If you don't know how to do a shot by the end of that, fucking quit. Anyways.
The amount of, like in a lot of their movies, the amount of information they can capture is...
Well, I talk about missing the scene all the time.
People don't notice.
Right? The setup of a shot, and how the setup of a shot can get across the emotion value of the scene. Punch Drunk Love, he's standing in the kitchen with his 4 sisters. Okay?
Yeah.
And they're all nagging. They're all, meh, 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 and he's in the middle of them all, right? And the camera starts off back here. And as it pulls in, right, with all his sisters around him, it gives you the sense of claustrophobia that he feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just beautiful. And that is great camera work.
Yeah, things that you can't, like, the actors can't say or can't, you don't want to, like, put it, like, in their mind, like a book or almost. You can't narrate it.
It's subtext.
Yeah.
It's putting a finger and digging in your subconscious.
Right, yeah.
Another one of my favorite shots of that is Notorious, Alfred Hitchcock, Cary Grant, Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman is being held by her husband, Claude Rains, who's an evil Nazi, and his mom, right? And you have her at a table, and then on either side is Claude Rains and his mom, and they have her, the whole rest of the table's all open. But at the end of the table, they have her cornered in. And it's the same thing where it gives you that feeling, that she's trapped. And it makes you feel trapped with her.
Yeah. Yeah, it really, grips you. Yeah. Makes you feel what she's feeling.
Well, I think we've dorked on film a little bit. Just a bit.
A little bit.
And I think we're going to move on and talk about our movie segment.
Dork on a particular film.
Dork on a particular film. One I know that Clarissa is ecstatic.
Yes, I am.
There are probably a couple other movies that she might be more ecstatic for. Here in the future, I know I'll do a Train Spotting episode, and she will have to come on for that. This is a special daddy-daughter movie.
That's something, you could talk about you wouldn't need the question.
I can talk about Moulin Rouge.
I can talk about Moulin Rouge to a great extent.
I really love Moulin Rouge.
But Train Spotting. I think that was the movie.
2 Ewan McGregor movies.
I do love Ewan McGregor.
2 Ewan McGregor movies. Train Spotting was the movie that I really felt, as a filmmaker and you as a budding filmmaker, was the first movie as filmmaking that we really bonded over.
I think I can agree with that. We should probably not talk about it too much right now.
Yeah, because we'll talk about it next time. And we'll be back in just a minute, talk about Moulin Rouge. So stay tuned, be right back. Time for that new segment of Film Speak, where I kind of pretend like it's the news. Not really, but it's almost like the news. I'm just griping about film. Well, not this time. Okay, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars. The return of Star Wars. I mean, I went and saw Force Awakens, had an open mind, and boy, did I love it. I think they did a good job of capturing the elements of the original 77 film and bringing them into a modern context. I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to mute this part, okay? See, I thought Han Solo, it was important for him to die because it gave the movie a serious context. It was kind of like in the original 77 film when Alec Guinness died. I mean, he was the largest actor that was in the film at the time, and they freaking killed him, And I think Han Solo, dying kind of gave it that same kind of story arc. If you watch, it's almost like they mirrored the story arc of the original Star Wars. And speaking of the original Star Wars, okay, Han shot first. I wore this at Horror Hound the other week. Had some 10-year-old kid walk up to me and argue with me about Han shooting first. He claimed that Greedo shot first. I blame George Lucas for this. I'm glad Disney took Star Wars away from him, okay? Because some credence like this, some abhorrent to Star Wars justice, having Greedo shoot first. Okay, Han shooting first was the reason when I was a 7-year-old kid running around an apartment complex, pretending like I was saving the universe, why I was Han Solo, while all my little jerk-off friends fought to be Luke Skywalker. Okay? Oh, and on top of things, have you seen the trailer for the new Star Wars movie coming out? The whole Rogue One, I think, thing? Oh my goodness. These are the kind of Star Wars movies that I have been waiting for. And I just want to put this out there, Disney. I mean, if you just happen to be watching my little pissant show from frickin' Dayton, Ohio, I have an idea to pitch to you, okay? I want to make a Star Wars movie that's kind of like a space-age remake of the Michael Caine film Zulu, where a couple of Jedis and a few clones hold off the whole robot army invading a mining camp. Now that's a frickin' Star Wars movie that's got to be made. I don't know. It may be just a rant, but I thought I'd put it out there. Thanks. How was that?
That was great.
That was great. Let me change shirts.
That was awesome.
So you're going to be on the episode here in a minute.
Oh yeah. Which season is this again? Is
This would be 4.
4, that's right.
4 seasons.
Right. It's incredible.
You're going to be on my 53rd episode.
53.
53.
That'll be my lucky number for today.
Spectacular! Spectacular! No words in the vernacular can describe this great event. You'll be dumb with wonderment. Returns are fixed at 10%.
All right, here we are to talk about, after 53 episodes, the first time we've ever talked about a musical.
Woo woo.
I think a big part of this has to do with most filmmakers don't like musicals. All my peers, I mentioned musicals, I kind of get that, fa. You like musicals. Oh, we like horror. Well, do a horror musical, bitches.
Yes, there you go, kind of, right?
Like Rocky Horror. Yeah.
Like Rocky Horror.
Right.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd's a good one.
Sweeney Todd, Repo, the genetic
Right.
opera.
Right, yeah.
That was
There's a lot of
good.
good ones.
Bill Moseley. And
Yeah.
Bill Moseley sang in it.
I think it's like this, not stereotype or archetype, but maybe, I don't know, a cliche about musicals that they're
Yeah.
fruity or something?
Well,
I don't know.
Which is not true.
Which is not true. Now,
Yeah.
the Moulin Rouge, it's up there with my favorite musicals. Depending on what day, it might be my favorite musical, you know?
I went and I watched that like every day for like 2 years. I love
I
Moulin
remember
Rouge.
that. Yeah.
I really just love that movie. Way too much.
Well, I went and took the wife to go see it the day it came, or not the day, but it was our anniversary. And for our anniversary date, we went and saw Moulin Rouge.
And then you bought it immediately, and I
Soon as it
watched
came.
it. I watched it so many times when I was young, and then I grew up to still watch it way too many times.
Well, you took to musicals pretty early, at age 4.
How can you not love musicals?
Yeah.
I really do.
I think the biggest one for people in our age group is the Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think
a big
Hairspray
one.
also, the remake of Hairspray,
Hairspray.
the one that was
Yeah,
on
Yeah.
A lot of people
I like
our age.
the original. I'll
Hey.
I'll take the
Yeah,
original.
John Travolta, come on.
Yeah, but we were talking there.
God.
John
Oh,
Travolta. John
hilarious.
Travolta compared to the original Divine, though.
But
I mean,
a musical compared to not.
yeah, John Waters compared to no John Waters.
I know. I like John Waters a lot, but I also like Zac Efron.
Yeah,
So
you will get
I will
that.
not be embarrassed of that. I like Zac Efron.
And
Pretty cool.
I kind of like the way Amanda Bynes turned out to be a hottie but super crazy.
Anyway, Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. This movie, I remember going and seeing it, sitting in the theater, and right off the bat, you know, and this isn't a spoiler because it's like one of the first fucking lines in the movie. You know, the woman that I love died.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, great.
It sets you up for a heartbreak, and you know it. The whole time you're watching it, you're like, wow, this is such a beautiful love story. And then you're like, wow, she's going to die. Because you're just like, this is so beautiful, and they're so in love, and she's about to die. Like.
Well, I think Ryan and I were talking about it, because I think the first time that you watch it, right, he tells you she tells you they're going to die in the beginning. You're like, oh. Kind of like American Beauty, you know, and Kevin Spacey's like, this is the last year of my life.
Kind of just like, oh, well, yeah.
But then you get so wrapped up in the story that you forget about it till the end when she goes,
right. Or, I mean, you might remember it all the times you see her, like, pass out, or when she coughs up blood in the beginning, and you're like, oh, she's sick, but, like, it doesn't really hit you that she's going to die until the end. But since I've seen it so many times, I get about halfway through and cry through the rest of it because I just am thinking about her dying. I still cry every time.
Yeah.
I cannot watch that movie without bawling.
Sitting there watching it going, so they help fly away.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I feel like because I had a. Do you ever have like the problem where like you watch a movie and you know how it's gonna end?
Yeah.
But you're still, you know, you're thinking you're
optimistic.
It's like insanity, right? You're still, maybe.
You're like,
maybe it'll end different this time.
It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be all right.
Not every movie is Clue.
Yeah.
Because Clue was originally done with three different endings. Yeah.
I have something incredible to add about Moulin Rouge.
Go ahead.
So that for about half of that movie, I'm pretty sure that Nicole Kidman was in a wheelchair, that's why so many shots are from her waist up, because she was in a wheelchair in half of the shots, and then they just shot everything where they couldn't do it from her waist up afterwards, but she was in a wheelchair, and that's why there's so many scenes of her being lifted up and sitting.
Carried and sitting.
Right, just from this part up, she was in a wheelchair. Isn't that crazy?
Was she like sick or?
I think she hurt one of her legs.
Oh.
She got hurt, and
that just goes to show the magic of cinematography.
Absolutely, it's incredible. Yeah. And yeah, I can't believe that.
Well, Ewan McGregor, of course, is one of my favorite actors.
Me also. From
the moment that I saw him in Trainspotting, he just shot right to the top. Oh, and here's one for you. There's a great movie on Netflix called A Life Less Ordinary. Okay. It is his second big film with Cameron Diaz. Holly Hunter's in it. Definitely worth checking out. Life Less Ordinary.
I will have to check that out. I do love Ewan McGregor.
He has a little more meat on his bones than he did in Trainspotting.
I would imagine. Really? I would hope so.
And it came after?
Came after. Huh. Yeah. Well, he lost a lot of weight to play a heroin addict. Which just goes to show how devoted he is to a role. Yeah. And he was perfect for Moulin Rouge.
I agree.
Well, it's one of those things where one missing factor, mainly Ewan McGregor, Nicole Kidman, and Jim Broadbent. Oh, and the New Zealand actor who plays the Duke.
God.
The Duke could not be a better character. He is so hateable. Like, he is so just disgusting and creepy and weird, and it's just so easy to hate him.
What's crazy is the actor who plays him usually plays rugged, like renegade, anti-hero cop types.
That's what he exactly looks like.
But as the Duke, it's just hilarious. He's so awkward and creepy, and you're just... He's just a weirdo.
It's not that I'm a jealous man. It's just that I don't want other people touching my things.
The scene with the sparkle in his eye after the preview of Spectacular is just hilarious. It's always hilarious.
They're in that, he's the frog. He sees the frog and he runs over and he does
that little
froggy thing. What the hell?
It's a little bit funny.
Yeah.
This feeling inside.
Yeah, he's
like a virgin.
He's just a weirdo.
I don't like this ending. Why should she choose the penniless sitar player?
But he was perfect.
He was. I agree.
One of the key elements of success of the film, and also that, and we were talking about this last night because there's only 3 original songs in the whole film.
Right.
And all the rest were recycled from, I mean,
They were mashups or covers.
Mashup covers.
The
I mean,
Elephant Love medley is like one of my favorite songs. And Come What May makes me cry every time, even the first time where it's like the lover's secret song and it's kind of happy.
well,
Still cry.
You got David Bowie music, Nirvana, Madonna, Beatles, Violent Femmes.
Yeah.
I mean, just
like
all
Did
this.
you not say Elton John because I said it?
Yeah, Elton John.
Yeah, crazy. It's so good. The soundtrack to that movie is.
I was telling Ryan about like this, so I have to do a humorous anecdote because we're on a TV show, and humorous anecdotes kind of
It's what we thrive on.
It's what we thrive on. Yeah. It's just the bullshit that we use to fill time. So I was dating this girl, right? And she had green eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And I mistakenly told her that she had blue eyes. I said, "You have beautiful blue eyes." And she like laid into me, "My eyes are green. Did you pay attention? My eyes are green." And so I did the whole Elton John thing.
Excuse me for forgetting.
Excuse me for forgetting, but these things I do, your eyes, I can't remember if they're green or if they're blue, but what I really mean is, and what I meant to say was, yours are the sweetest eyes that I've ever seen.
I think Moulin Rouge is what actually fueled my love for Elton John, because that's where I first heard your song.
Your song?
Which I love. I love Elton John now because
Well, this girl told me that was beautiful. And then she asked me, "Where's it from?" And I said, "It's your song."
Yeah.
And it went into this whole Abbott and Costello, who's on first fucking thing, right? Because she's like, "What's my song?" I was like, "No, it's by Elton John." "Oh, Elton John, what song is it?" "Your song." "Well, which Elton John song is my song?" "No, it's your song." "Well, which one's my song?" "No! It's your song. It's the name of the song."
That's when you know it's time to run.
Well, okay. That was one of the moments that I realized that me and this girl would never work out. And the other moment was when we were watching the movie Crash, right? And I'm just weeping. I mean, I'm just weeping. You know, the movie's emptying my soul and my heart. And I turned to her, and she's not looking at me, luckily, right? Because she's just looking at the movie, and she's got this look on her face. I just don't get this movie. And I was like, well, we're not going to work out. It just hit me. Oh, wow, you don't have a soul,
I can
do
just
you?
see you, Ori in the theater. I can just see you like looking at her like, oh, she's not getting this.
Well, luckily, see, I'm older. I'm not as bad as I was when I was young. Like when I was talking to a girl in a bar and she said her favorite band was Poison. And I didn't even say anything after that. I just went blank-faced with my drink and then turned around and walked away. I'm not as elitist as I was when I was younger.
Well,
anyways,
there are some things that are still true. If you don't like Monty Python, you can't be smart.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like The Cure, you're not deep.
You're not deep.
You know, there are things that are true that are good testers for people.
They are the testers. I find a good tester is The Princess Bride. If you don't like The Princess Bride, I will not get along with you.
I remember in my freshman focus class towards the end of the year, we were like, okay, we're going to watch a movie. And they were like, what are we watching? And we were like, we're going to watch The Princess Bride. And they were all like, what's that? We don't want to watch that. That sounds dumb. And then after the first, because freshman focus was only a 20-minute class, after our first day of watching it, they were like, we don't want to go to lunch. Can we just watch it? Can we stay and watch this movie? Because they were all like, we don't want to watch this. And then they're like, no, we have to know what happens next.
One of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, they all didn't believe us because the leaders were all like, no, it's a great movie. You guys are going to laugh. It's funny. And they were all like, but then they were like, no, we can wait. We don't need to eat. Let's just stay. It's all right.
We can go without food. This is The Princess Bride.
Yeah, basically, which was hilarious to us leaders because we were like, we told you, we're not freshman focus leaders.
Back to Moulin Rouge real quick before we wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
For our viewers, I'd like to point out a couple of things. One, Moulin Rouge is one of the master edited movies.
Yeah, she was in a wheelchair.
Well, yeah. I mean, beyond that, the use of editing,
right.
The color. I mean, it's hard to describe.
It's beautiful.
If you know anything about filmmaking, when you watch it, try to think of it from an editor's standpoint.
The stage that they use.
The stage. Well, it's like Hot Fuzz. You know, Hot Fuzz has more edits in it than almost any other movie. And you don't think about when you're watching it, but then when you watch about it, think about editing, it's cut,
fast-paced.
And that's what Moulin Rouge is like. It's cut to make it fast-paced.
It's like almost to keep you from remembering that she's gonna die.
Oh yeah, because it's coming at you with such speed and dazzling color and brilliance and everything.
So beautiful.
And my final thing I would like to leave off on Moulin Rouge is how much I love Jim Broadbent. This is like one of the #1 actors I want to work with before the old fucker dies.
Oh,
okay? Because going all the way back, let's list some of the favorite movies of mine that he's been in. Brazil, 1986, just brilliant. He's been in the Harry Potter movies. Hot Fuzz, I just mentioned Hot Fuzz. Jim Broadbent was in Hot Fuzz.
God, what else?
And the movie
Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas, yeah. Isis, which was a kind of a sad love story. I mean, heartwarming, sad love story. A little bit off the sci-fi and comedy track. But yeah, Jim Broadbent, what an amazing, amazing actor.
See, I love Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor also. They're definitely up there as like some of my favorites.
Well, I love Ewan McGregor. I mostly love Nicole Kidman.
I agree. I mean, I
would say
I also really like To Die For. To Die For is
love
really,
To Die For.
really
Well, that was her really her big breakout. I mean, of course, Tom Cruise had her flown from Australia to get her to do Days of Thunder so he could hit on her from standing on top of a box because she's so fucking much taller than him. But To Die For was the movie I feel, plus it's a Gus Van Sant movie.
Yeah.
But that really established her, I think, as an American star.
Yeah. I really like...
I think she's highly talented.
I think the whole cast of Moulin Rouge is great. I think everything about Moulin Rouge is... I don't think it could have been done better. I think everything about it is perfect. Soundtrack, visually, the casting...
The Police's Roxanne as a tango.
Oh my
gosh. Doing that as a tango.
That scene is...
Okay. I have to tell you, so Ryan and I are watching Moulin Rouge, right? And Jim Broadbent starts doing that scene where he's all like, "She's confessing!" right? And he starts saying the words to like a virgin. He's not singing it yet.
Yeah.
He's just speaking it. God. And Ryan's like, "Oh my God, what is this crap? What is he saying?" And I was like, it's a Madonna song. And he's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
I was like, oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
God.
Of a virgin, feel your heartbeat next to mine.
That is hilarious. Him singing that is so funny.
That's one of my favorite parts in the whole movie.
I want to, every part I think about, I'm like, that's one of my favorite parts. That's one of my favorite parts too. Really, the whole movie is my favorite part. I could not.
Up until when she dies. Kind of gets a little sad after that.
Yeah, well, I cry literally through the last half of the movie. Once I start like thinking about her dying, and I start thinking about when she's like, he says, break his heart to save him, and it's just like, oh no.
See, I empathize because okay, Moulin Rouge might not get me to cry like that since the first or second time I've seen it, right? It's a Wonderful Life, right? The scene when Jimmy Stewart's in the bar, and he's when he first realizes he has to kill himself to make everything right. Okay, I don't just cry at that scene. When 5 minutes before that scene hits, I will start bawling because I know that scene's coming.
I start crying because I just know how sad it's about to get. And I've seen that movie probably well over 100 times, honestly. And I still cry.
And we talk about missing scene, structure of shot, right? When she does die, laying in the middle of the roses, which the rose petals, which symbolize the blood that she was losing from coughing all the time, and then she's laying in the middle of it. That is a beautiful missing scene.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll leave you fuckers. We'll say bye to you. Bye to my kids. Maybe sometime Sid, my other kid, will have a time off. Maybe we can bring him in for the train spotting episode later this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for curing me of my ridiculous obsession with love.
That was a really great show. I love having my daughter on because we talk about movies like nobody else. I mean, movies are a big thing in our house. And Ashbaugh too. I mean, all of us live under the culture of movies. Like it was a religion. That's it. That's it. Film Speak is the religion of movies. I claim it now. I am the high priest of Film Speak, Lord of all film. All right, that might be pushing it. Come back next week. We'll see you then.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far